Hey everybody, this is Kevin from Texas Yardman and More. I'm here with my RV, and this video is going to be talking about how to drain your RV, and I'm going to show you in a walk around here how all this works. Many of you probably have RVs, so you already know how to do this, but for some people that are thinking about buying one, this might be helpful. Very easy to learn. And today I want to show you a problem I have. It's not a problem per se, it's just something that needs to be dealt with. We're going to go inside here. And every RV kind of has a console where you have all your light switches and your storage tanks and your water pump, water heater. And on this console you will see some LED lights, and we're going to go ahead and press these. Here's the battery. We got 3 lights, so I've got a lot of charge on my 12-volt battery system. Here's the fresh water. We are full. We got 4 LED lights. I filled it up earlier. Next to that is the black water. That's your sewage tank. That's where, you know, I don't need to explain that. You know what that is. And then next to that is the gray water. And that's what we're going to be dealing with here. It is showing 4 lights, which means the tank is full. So I need to release that water. All the water that goes down from your sink, you know, or you know, any fresh water that goes into the system that you use for doing dishes and doing showers and stuff like that, goes into your gray water tank. And remember, the black water is your sewage. So there's 2 different tanks in an RV, and today we are going to release the gray water only. If we were going to do the black water, I have a tank over here, portable tank that I bring out here that holds quite a few gallons of sewage, and I bring this back to the city where I live, and then I dispose of it there. But they sell these portable tanks, and you can basically pop that cap right there and then drain your black water into this tank, and then you just throw it in the back of the truck and bring it home with you. But today we are not doing that. We're going to go over here, and I'm going to show you. On each RV you'll see markings on the outside of it, and I'm just going to show you one here real quick. On the side here it says low point drain. This is where you would drain your fresh water. If you were going to winterize or you didn't want any water in your tanks, that's where you would drain it. There's a valve underneath there. You may or may not be able to see that. You just turn it open and the fresh water will drip onto the ground. Here is the cap where you can do a gravity fill, or you could get it from a water source, I guess. If you wanted to fill your water tank with fresh water, this is where you would do it. I get my water from a well, and then I just gravity feed it from the back of my truck. Or I have a 12-volt pump that I can use to pump it faster if I want. I just gravity fill it. But this is potable water, and you would fill it there. Then your other systems are over here. We're not going to get into those. We have some outlets here for once you have the generator running, or if you have electric hookups. But we're going to come over to this side, and you can see I have a hose set up here, and I've got it running to over here. Since we're doing gray water, it's just water that was used for like dishes and stuff. So I'm just going to drain it right here onto my property. It's just got food bits in it and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to drain it right there. And my tank is full, so On the outside of the RV, you'll see a tag. It says gray water holding tank. And right underneath this, and then you've got, well, let me go over here. Here's the black water holding tank. So right below this is a pull handle. It's like a T-handle. And that's what you would open to drain your black water, and then you would do the same thing here underneath. You'll see a T-handle, and that's what you pull to release the water that's in that tank. So we're gonna get up underneath here, and a lot of RVs, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Right now the tanks are closed, so nothing should come out, but you got to go ahead and just open this up, and then what you want to do is take your hose, and it's got interlocking, you got a female and a male end. You want to make sure that this locks into place, and then you'll feel it grab, and then it's locked in. And if you were going to do your black water and your gray water, you would want to start with your black water first, because you want to use the gray water to flush it out afterwards. But since we're just doing gray water, we're going to go over here, and here is the T-handle that I was telling you about to release the gray water. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this open, and you can start to hear the water. It's coming out through here, and I can hear it going all the way down the tube, and it's releasing. Hopefully you can hear that too. And it should be coming out down there at the other end, which is probably 20 feet away or so. And it just goes out into the ground. I use soap that is not, that's biodegradable, so it doesn't harm the environment or anything like that. So it's just potable water that you use for dishes and for showers. And in the bathroom sink, the water that goes down that drain stores in this tank, and it gets full and you have to release it. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all emptied. It's still running. It's going to take a little bit. And then once it's finished, I'll come back. And we're back, and the tank has finished draining. And so now we just simply, sorry about the video here, I'm doing this one-handed. So we just simply put the cap back on, and you always want to make sure that the cap is on when you're not draining anything. And then we got to remember to push the T-handle back in so that the valve closes. Okay, I went ahead and pushed it in, so the drain valve is closed, and then we just simply recoil all of this tubing, and we make sure that all the water gets out of it so that it doesn't stink. And if you do have the luxury of having fresh water, it's a good idea to even wash it out, and that way it doesn't stink as bad. But eventually the smell goes away. It's just rotting food that went down the sink and stuff like that. But you can see I've got about 30 feet that goes out from the RV, and I just had it drain into the ground. Some people eventually get septic, and you can tie it into that. So this, like I said, is just water. So there's no harmful chemicals or anything like that. I use biodegradable soap. And so I'm going to climb back out from underneath the RV here. And we'll go over here and look at the end, and we'll just drain all this out. I'm just laying on one of those moving blankets. Those are really good to lay on when you're working on stuff. And these are two that are connected together. I'll zoom back out here so you can see it's just connected there, and then the other end connects to that drain pipe. So you can see it's pretty much drained, and that is how you drain the holding tank for gray water from your RV. And this RV has two slide outs, and so up underneath there is the tanks. They're up inside the belly of the RV, and that's where your tanks are. So it's pretty simple. You know, if you've never done it before, it's not that hard. Just most RVs come with a user manual, so it tells you how to do everything in there, but these videos are really helpful too. So I did buy this thing over here where it's like a gradual slope, but it seems to be more trouble than what it's worth. So I just picked the hose up and manually drain it like this, where I pick it up and then sling it over my shoulder, and then make sure all the liquid is drained out, so you can see a little bit was in there. And that's it. And then I just simply disconnect these two right here at this joint, and then I put it back inside the storage compartment up in the front of the RV there. Down below it's like cargo stow area where you can put all your septic stuff and tools and whatever else. But if this video was helpful for you, please like, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to be notified of my next video, please click the notification bell. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.